Hey, what's up, everybody? Wagey tapping in for another court chat. It was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine that there was a conclusion of a study on whether or not plants can feel pain. And I found it rather interesting and hilarious because my college philosophy class really sat home to me kind of how skewed human beings are in regards to the nature of really life, man. At least in my mind. Everybody's entitled to their own interests and opinions. Having been a keeper of plants for as long as I can remember, especially after this philosophy class, I doubled down and tripled down. My house is always flooded with plant life. Plant life is at the bottom rung on the hierarchy of existence. Then animals, then human beings above that. What I found interesting immediately was that if you remove humans, plants and animals thrive. If you remove plants, everything else dies. How is that the key to all survival in life at the bottom of the hierarchy of life? I found this very, very interesting. And then again, having kept plants, you see it on my page, like, I love peace lilies. They are very, very talkative. A peace lily can be wilted, look like it's ready to die 1 minute. You give it a deep watering, a little care, attention, and nurturing, and it is standing up, vibrant as ever, giving you the greatest display of appreciation that it can for just a little bit of attention once every other week, maybe. I love plants. The peace lily communicates so well, it'll help you keep track of everything else in your house. Because, the kind of song and dance with plants is overwater, underwater, overwater, underwater. If you have a peace lily, when it's asking for attention and care, just probably provide it to everything else in your house. It's the number one most talkative plant I've ever had. And it's amazing how much this brings into whatever space of your house. It doesn't need direct sunlight. You can set it almost anywhere. Pothos vines are also amazing too. Just the sheer capability of what plant life can do as far as propagation, grafting. You can have trees, you can have one tree grafted with several different trees that don't even relate to what tree that is, and it'll bear as many different kinds of fruit as possible. You have to find matching, you have to find matching human partners on a genetic level to be able to do anything, and then it has less of a chance working than it would for plant life. Like, just these things are out in the blistering heat of the summer and the unnecessary cold of the winter, going through every single season cycle, year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out. How are you better than that? In your mind, there's like aspen groves that take up thousands of acres of land. How are you better than that? Mycelium mushrooms that also help forests communicate through networks of firing connections. How are you better than that? You're modeled after these things, actually. If you look at what your brainstem is and how your heart and your nervous system function, it's more plant-like in description or make than anything else. how's it at the bottom? That's just funny to me. So like these concepts, like not being aware of this is how I enjoy cultivating. I got into produce, loved it, but I've always kept houseplants. How are you better than that? If you never really take the time to cultivate, nurture, and grow anything along those lines, how do you know? The things that help sustain you, vegans, even if you're carnivores, like the thing that you eat eats the thing that you need to grow. How are you better than that? They can't, yeah, they can feel pain. What? They literally talk to you, like I said. Peace Lily, wonderful conversation. It'll tell you when it's sick. It'll tell you when it needs nurturing and care. It'll tell you when it's doing well. It'll show out for you if you take care of it enough. It'll just start blooming sprouts left and right one day. How are you better than that? Of course they feel pain. You can talk down to them and they might wilt and go away. You can sing life into them. They listen to music. They have distinct personalities. How do you not, but I guess if you're not in the practice of really caring and nurturing for anything, you wouldn't know. And this is kind of something that I was discussing earlier today. Just the nature of the nature of this life is really simple, man. You can want to chase all these experiences. That's great. What do you do when they're done? And then what do you do when your dopamine takes so much to activate that you can't enjoy your day-to-day? It's crazy. Yeah, we live long lives. We get to do fun things. You get to go through a lot of pain too. Day-to-day, you get to enjoy those things. Man, I've been going on so many walks lately. It really blows my mind why I haven't been doing this, why I've been living so conveniently. Like, I love it now. my little man, he gets kind of fed up and starts acting weird. It's like, all right, little dude, let's put on your boots, put on your jacket, let's go. We'll go. Even if we're just walking to get a quick snack, we're walking. We walk to go get food. We walk to go get snacks. We walk to go meet friends. We walk to go to the park. We walk to go play ball. We just go on walks, man. We're out here in the field moving our feet. We're looking at stars in the sky. We're looking at plants growing here and there. We're looking at cars drive by. We get to see life happen because we're out in life happening. I love it. I could do it every day. Even when he's not there, I still go on walks and I think about him. Same thing with my daughter. Even when they're not there, I go on walk. I continue this practice for myself just to remove a little bit of the convenience or maybe change it to a different mindset. That's so convenient that I get to go for a walk, that I get to get up, stretch my legs, enjoy some fresh air, move on a destination of my own accord, and not have to be burdened by convenience or a time frame. I figured out on a day in, day out basis the joy of the leisurely stroll. Guess what you was doing back in the 1900s? I get to do that. I love it. Go to the park, wander around, maybe see frogs, snakes, bugs, whatever. Enjoy, have a good time. Leisurely stroll. See some plant life. Go to the local stream, see what's going on in there, man. Simple, simple, simple things. This life is not as complicated as we seem. Most of this isn't real. It's synthetic in nature. What's real is out in reality. You can touch it, taste it, smell it, walk on it. Consider those things. For the long time, all I wanted was a car. But I grew up in fields. I grew up cutting weeds in sweltering heat. I grew up carrying hot buckets of water out to horse troughs so that they could have things or water to drink. I grew up bagging and oats and throwing bales of hay. I grew up in that tough life, raking manure from tall grass to go throw it out where short grass is so it would grow. I grew up doing these things, and I'm so thankful for that. I grew up in the times of simplicity before everything changed and became synthetic. Now people don't know what to do to be happy. Go chase a little bit of fun. Great. What are you going to do after that? What are you going to do for the other, 30, 40 years of your life? Granted, I started my younger years partying, also had a lot of burden and responsibility for things that weren't necessarily my responsibility, but thankfully I got to retire because I did everything for everybody else. I get to live for me now. And this me, I like walks, man. I like hanging out with my kids. I like going to driving range, hanging out with my folks. We pick up a bat and ball, pick up a stick. We'll go do weird stuff. I like this simple life that I get to live. I've earned this. I've been through the hustle and bustle of the city. I love it in the country. I'm lucky, thankful, and blessed. Thank you for the trials and the solutions. Thank you for the trials and the solutions. Thank you for the trials and the solutions. I get to enjoy my time on a scale and degree that I didn't afford myself in the future. And it's doing the most simple things. I challenge you guys to do the same. I don't care about video games. I don't care about football. I don't care about any of these tribal matters. I care about enjoying my time. I care about challenging my mind. I care about challenging my emotions. I care about challenging my body. I care about enjoying the time that I have for this world and sharing it with the people that I care about. I found a really bougie gas station downtown the other day when I was out there waiting. It was a fun walk that I got to do with my kids. So simple, man. Love it. I challenge you guys to find simple things that you appreciate about your life that you can enjoy doing on a repetitive basis. Maybe you share some with some people. Maybe you take advantage of it for yourself. Put yourself on tracks so that your train is more than willing to accommodate anybody else that wants to take the ride with you, but that you're more than satisfied taking your train towards the destination that you choose for yourself. Wages out.